is the last time you really thought about what it takes to put together a big event? Think Justin Bieber concert or major stage show. You might be surprised to know just how many people are employed to ensure everything goes off smoothly, and just how much tech comes into play.
As audiences become more sophisticated, they expect so much more when they go to a live show. And this pressure to deliver has created the need for ever more complex tech. And we are here at MediaTek Africa, where some of the most incredible and newest performance technology is on display.
Now, this event is so big that it's almost impossible to know where to start, which is why we've decided to take the logical approach by pretending to put on our own concert. So first things first, we'll need a skeleton.
Rigging is basically the structures that support everything else around us. So it supports the lighting, it supports the sound, it supports the AV equipment. Without the rigging, everything's just going to lie on the floor. New technology, there is quite a lot of work happening with electric hoists. There's quite a lot of technology coming into that where people want to motorize hoists, do fancy movements and things while shows are on. But I think the only real innovation we're seeing in rigging is in safety.
Okay, so now that the gear is linked, attached, set up and connected on stage, what say we put on a bit of a digital and light show?
Okay, that's a good plan. We'll need a whole new team and a dizzying array of clever technology.
3D mapping is a technology or a method that's kind of, says that the normal square screen is getting boring and we need to do something a little different. So the idea is to look at an object and say, let's cover that object with projected image. And once you do that, obviously you can make the projected image do all sorts of things. You can animate it and make it move around, and that's really what 3D mapping is. It can be anything from a box to a car.
The latest technology we have here today is a couple of products. The one from a manufacturer called Rowe. They've come up with a light called the Point, which is to compete with the world famous Sharpie, and it's there. It's the first time we're seeing it in this country used in a show, and everyone's very excited about it. Another one of my favorite pieces of new technology is called the Philips strobe. Now it's an LED-based strobe, which means it has low power consumption and it's modular. So I can take it from an effects light into a BAM type strobe.
So some amazing engineering goes into creating the visual aspects of a show. But it's not just the eyes that need to be satisfied, it's the ears as well. And a concert stands or falls by the quality of its sound.
It used to be just digital discs, but now most control systems are digital, large control systems for shows, allowing sound, lighting and video to all run together seamlessly. Digital playback, digital processing. Digital is basically the biggest invention recently. What makes a show fantastic from a sound perspective, I would imagine, is the planning. The amount of speakers you use, the amount of boxes that you hang, the SPLs that you push out, that's only one side of it. The planning behind the scenes on large shows, you're using up to 50 or 60 radio microphones. Each one of those artists has to hear wherever they are on stage, so 90% of them are using in-ear monitoring. The planning behind the scenes, just to get your radio frequencies not to clash, is a challenge in itself. So I would say pre-planning on the lighting, sound and video side, so that when you get into the venue, things run as seamlessly as they possibly can.
Mabali, I used to think spending 1,000 Rand or more on a ticket to go to a live event was ridiculous. But having seen the amount of work, time and effort that goes into putting a live show together, I kind of get it.
I couldn't agree with you more, Jonathan. I mean, it makes sense now why these guys get called sound and light engineers. It's great to see homegrown talent running the South African industry and kicking it with the international pros. We'll see you at the next live event.